Hi everybody and welcome to Confeti Yoga. My name is Camille and I just recently opened this channel, so I'm glad to have you here. This is a 30-minute slow flow standing sequence. It's going to be focused on the hips and hip opening in general. And I'm creating actually this course for a certification I'm actually doing. So thank you to my teachers for everything you've been teaching me lately. It's been beautiful. It's been a wonderful ride. So I'm here with Ligia. And she's going to be my student for today. She will be demoing, and I just hope you really enjoy it. For whatever reason you're here seeing this video, I just hope it's a blessing for you and that you really enjoy it. Well, let's start the sequence with going on top of your mat. It's going to be a standing sequence, so we're not really going to go down again. So let's go on top of our mats. So the very first thing I would like for us to do is just take a few deep breaths on the top of your mat. That could be Ujjayi Pranayama if that is something that you want to practice. But if it's not in your practice yet, that's okay. Just any conscious breathing. Just close your eyes and inhale deeply and exhale. Just stay very, very present with your breath. Take two more here. Beautiful. A last one, just with a very opened, grateful, conscious heart. Beautiful. And we're going to start our flow with Utthita Trikonasana. So for Utthita Trikonasana, triangle posture, we're just going to start from the very top of our mats. And in an inhale, you're going to bring that left foot all the way back. So you want to have an opening of around 3 feet. There you go. And you align heel with heel. Beautiful. So from here, we're going to start with our left side. So your left foot is going to open all the way so that your toes are facing the back of your mat. Beautiful. And your right foot is going to slightly come in just a little bit. There you go. Beautiful. Now we're going to extend the arms, and you want your arms to be at the height of your shoulders. There you go. And your fingers are very active and pointy. There you go. From here, pressing through the heels, you find balance in your center and you activate your core. You just want to keep a neutral pelvis, so just a little bit inward. There you go. Keep your conscious breath, never lose it, and bring the left hand a little bit forward, and it's going to start reaching towards the left leg. You can bring it all the way into the shin and bring the right arm all the way up. So you want to continue to have that straight line created by your arms and looking all the way up. So here you can either stay here, or to go fully into the posture, you can bring your hand all the way down to the floor if you have that flexibility from your rib cage and your hips. Or you can just stay with the hand in your leg. The other thing we can do to modify the posture and make it a little bit more accessible is to use a block. So I'm just going to put the block right here. She can just press her hand to the block and look up again. Beautiful. Keeping an alignment with those arms and looking up. Breathe there for 3. So just in the case that your neck is hurting, you can just look forward and just stay there. But the full expression of the posture, you want to bring your gaze to the top hand. There you go. Beautiful. Pressing from your heels and activating your core, bring the body up again to the center. Bring those feet parallel. And we're going to do just the same exact thing to the other side, okay? So just first, we want to pivot on the right foot, but we're going to lift the fingers up. Lift the fingers up. Now pressing through the heel, pivot all the way to the top. There you go. And now release the foot. There you go. Pressing through both of your heels, activate the core. Neutral pelvis, look forward, bring the hand down to your leg and keep lengthening those arms. You're making a straight line with those arms. Look all the way up. Option A, stay here. You can do the full posture going all the way down, or again, we can use the block and press the block and keep looking up. Beautiful. That's a beautiful Utthita Trikonasana. So breathe here for 3. 2, and slowly come back to center and bring the feet parallel. And now just pushing through your left foot, come all the way to the top, and we're back, Samasthiti. From here, we're gonna do a counter pose, Utkatasana chair pose. Inhale, lift the arms up and sit. You wanna make sure those knees aren't going past your toes. So look down, make sure the knees are where they should be, and open slightly your chest, smile and look forward. So from here, this is a counter pose, and it's really good because it's activating those legs after they've been stretched. So that way you're balancing just what you did, and it's giving you stability. And inhale, come right back up. Beautiful. Alrighty, on to the next posture. This is gonna be Parivrtta Trikonasana, twisted triangle posture. So again, we're gonna open that left foot to the back. We're gonna have, again, the same space, so like around 3 feet, a little bit closer. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so once again, pressing through the heel, lift the toes, pivot all the way back. And now your right foot is just gonna come slightly in. Here, bring in the arms in a straight line, keeping the core very engaged. We're gonna twist, and you're gonna try and bring your hips right next to each other. Lengthen the spine, bring the right arm all the way up, both hands up. And now exhaling, keeping the spine lengthened, that right hand is gonna go all the way down to your left leg. The right hand to the left leg. And your left arm is gonna come all the way up. Beautiful. You're gonna want to keep the spine lengthened and opened, the hips next to each other, and your gaze is looking up towards your hand or towards the ceiling. So from here, you just wanna keep pressing through the heels so that you have a very sturdy pose. And you can stay here, or you can bring the hand to the floor all the way in front of that foot. Yeah, so it's a very deep twist. Do you feel it? So you can stay there. You can bring the hand to your leg if that is easier, or you can bring it all the way onto a block. This is easier so that you see how she made some more space here. So you will also want to keep on creating space on that spine, the lengthening and twisting all the way up. Also, if you have any shoulder pain, just bend the elbow and bring the hand to your waist. And this is just gonna take compression off of the shoulder, and you can still be opening up. Do you feel the opening there? So you can keep opening up regardless and doing the full extension of the posture without using the shoulder. Softly come out of the posture, inhale, lift up, bring the hand all the way up, come to center, bring your feet parallel next to each other, and there you go. So from here, we're gonna do a counter pose to Parivrtta Trikonasana, and this is gonna be goddess pose. So from where you are, just open up slightly the toes to the sides. And from here, you're just gonna bring the arms up, pray your hands to the heart, bend the knees, and the knees are gonna stay on top of those heels. Your core is active, and slowly just come back up. That's a little burn. And now just bring the feet parallel again. Alrighty, let your hands, release the hands. Now we're just gonna go ahead and do Parivrtta Trikonasana to the other side. So we're gonna pivot that right foot from the heel so that it looks towards the top of the mat. And your left foot is gonna slightly turn inward. So from here, just bring the arms, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Switch the hips, they're gonna look forward. You wanna have one next to the other. And now from here, that left hand is gonna go all the way up, bring both hands up, and the left hand is gonna go to your right leg. Ahora, bello. And bring that right arm all the way up. You wanna still create that line with your arm so that it looks like a straight line, and you wanna keep opening the heart towards the ceiling. You're pressing through your heels so that your base is strong, and you keep activating that core and breathe in consciously. That's beautiful. So you can stay here. The hand can come outside the foot. Oh. You can use also the block. It's a very good modification so you can keep opening that heart. Or again, if you have shoulder pain, just bend your elbow and bring the hand down. Gracias. Alrighty, and stay here for 3, 2, and slowly release, come back to center. Alrighty, so feet are parallel, and we're just gonna go ahead and do goddess pose once again to counterbalance what we just did, okay? So slightly opening the toes outwards. We're gonna bend those knees until our knees are on top of the heels. And from there, hands to heart. And sink in there for 3. You can even have some fun here, just bringing up the heels and down the heels. Up the heels, down the heels. I know, one more. And just straighten those legs. And let's close to Samasthiti. Bringing that left foot all the way to the top. Samasthiti. So now we're going to continue and we're going to do Utthita Parvakonasana, which is extended side angle posture. So inhale, bring again that left foot all the way back. And this time, instead of just 3 feet wide, you want to kind of do 4. So a little bit extra extended. Those heels are aligned heel to heel. Beautiful. So we're going to pivot that left foot all the way to the back of the mat from the heel. There you go, beautiful. Slightly pivot inwards that right foot so the toes come a little bit in. There you go. So from here, we're just gonna bend that left knee until the knee is right on top of your heel. You wanna make sure that the knee is in a straight line with that heel. It's not to the sides, like for example, like this, I'm sorry. You wanna make sure it's centered. You just wanna make sure it's also not past your toes. So for example, if she goes all the way down, well, she doesn't even do it anymore, but you just wanna make sure that it's right there on top of your heel. It's okay if it's a little bit further back, but not passing forward the heel. From there, we're gonna bring the hands in a straight line. The body is centered looking forward. Beautiful. And you see in this straight line, even though she's at the height of the shoulders, she's not crunching the shoulders towards her ears. So the shoulders are relaxed and she keeps activating those arms. So from here, we're gonna bend that left arm and you're gonna bring your forearm down into your thigh. Now we're gonna bring that right arm all the way in front of your face and open up the heart towards the ceiling. Look up. A diagonal line has been created from all the way from her heel to her hands. So you see that straight line? You want to keep that straight line happening. Your core is still very much engaged and your body is opening. Look up. From here, you could stay here. This is a variation. Or for the full expression of the posture, we're going to bring that left hand all the way down outside your left foot. So in this case, as you can see, her hand is not going all the way down. Therefore, I'm just going to provide a block so that she can bring her hand to the block and still keep the openness of the heart. Beautiful. There you go. Breathe there. 3. Keep opening your heart. Look up towards your hand. 2. Keep engaging that core. Slow, steady breaths. And slowly come back to center. And just keep the hands in a straight line and bring the feet parallel. Beautiful. There you go. So now we're just going to repeat everything we just did to the front. Let's start by pivoting that right foot from the heel, looking to the top of your mat. The left foot is going to slightly come inward. Bring the toes in. There you go. And from here, bending that knee until it's right on top of your heel. Now we bend our right arm and bring the forearm on top of our leg. Beautiful. Now our left arm crossing all the way in front of our face. We open up the heart, look up, creating that beautiful diagonal line. Again, you can either stay here, you can bring the hand down, you can use a block. Now I just want to demonstrate if you can do or go a little bit deeper in the posture, you can try a bind or a half bind. So for the bind, I would recommend bringing the hand, instead of outside of the foot, in front of your foot. So go ahead and bring the hand down, this time in the front. There you go. And from there, just try to bring this arm that's right up, the left arm, bring it all the way back. Just bend. There you go. And now see if you can leave the pressure in your heels, then bring the right arm underneath your leg, and maybe your hands meet, maybe they don't. Beautiful, there you go. You cannot see it, her fingers are together. And your heart is still opening up. Her chest is not collapsing, it's open, and she's still looking up with a beautiful smile. There you go. Alrighty, and softly release the posture, come back to center. Inhale up, there you go, feet parallel. Alrighty, from here, we're gonna do our counter pose now, which is Malasana. So just let's do a little jump. And from here, again, your feet are gonna slightly point outside. Inhale, arms lift, palms of the hands together. And keeping your prayer hands, you're going to bring them to your chest and bend the knees all the way down. We're gonna squat down as low as we can go. And now a squat pose or Malasana is gonna look different in every single body. So it really doesn't matter how low can you squat. The longer you stay here, the deeper it's gonna go, don't worry. So you keep exhaling and it's gonna keep releasing. And the reason why it's such a good counter pose is because it's going to decompress your lumbar area. So just open that heart, breathe here. Beautiful, and just slowly inhale, lift up the arms, come up. And bring the leg all the way to the top, Samasthiti. Beautiful. So now you are halfway down the practice. Now we're just gonna go ahead and do warriors. So warrior 1, 2, and 3, which would be Virabhadrasana I, Virabhadrasana B, and Virabhadrasana II. For Virabhadrasana B, which is the one that we're gonna start with, inhale, bring the left foot all the way back, and you wanna have a wide stance on this one for your warriors, but still make sure that you have heel to heel opening. Beautiful. From there, we're gonna start by pressing down through our heels so that we have a very steady and strong foundation. Again, now the left foot is gonna pivot towards the back of the mat. So lift the toes, pivot from the heel, and place the foot down. Beautiful. Bend the knee until it's right on top of your heel and bring the arms parallel to your shoulders. Beautiful. From here, you want to keep the body very centered. So activate your core, activate the glutes, and stay in the center of your body. Beautiful. Your gaze is going to be looking at the middle finger of that frontal arm, which in this case is the left arm. So you want to keep your lower belly drawn in, and those shoulders are relaxed. They're active, but they're absolutely relaxed there. So let's talk a bit about how you can have some variations. So the first thing you can do, if this opening is hard for your hips, just bring those right toes a little bit inward and you create a little bit of space in your hip. There you go, so that's comfortable. That is if you cannot hold it with the 90-degree angle, okay? Another thing is maybe to help your leg be parallel with the floor, we can put a block underneath your top foot. So in this case, we just put the block in the center. She can put her left foot on that block. There you go, and open again. You see, now when she went into the posture, her thigh is parallel to the floor. And hold it there. Beautiful. Breathe consciously. Alrighty, so now we're gonna move over to Warrior 1, Virabhadrasana I. But before we do so, I'm just gonna remove this block from underneath her. There you go. You can step back where you were. Alrighty. So to enter our Virabhadrasana I, we're gonna slightly bring the right foot in to a 45-degree angle. The hips are gonna square all the way towards the back of the mat. Beautiful. And once hips are next to each other, bend the knee until it's on top of your heel. Make sure that it's not going forward or to the sides, just right on top of the heel so the leg is stacked. From here, just bring both arms up. Beautiful. The arms are open in a shoulder width distance and they're active, but the shoulders are still relaxed. From here, you're gonna slightly open the heart. Mind you, this is not a back bend, so it's just a little bit of a chest opener. Open the heart a little bit. So just open the heart a little bit and look all the way up. If your neck is uncomfortable, keep your gaze straight forward. So in this posture, it's very important that you know that most people are collapsing their knees. So just make sure you have it centered. And the other thing is sometimes we leave the hips very opened. So if you cannot bring that right hip forward, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna bring the heel all the way up, beautiful. And make this leg very, very strong, pushing through your toes to keep the arms engaged because sometimes we just lose them. It's just have a block between your hands, press the block and keep the shoulders down. Beautiful, breathe there, 3, 2, So now from here, we're gonna go ahead and take a Virabhadrasana II, Warrior III, and we're just gonna bring that block towards the chest. We're gonna fold over, bringing our chest down to our knee, beautiful. And now we're gonna shift the weight towards our right foot, engaging the core and slowly bringing the right foot up, beautiful. If you feel the balance, you can lengthen those arms forward. And in this case, she is still using the block to pressure the palm of the hands towards the block so that her arms are engaged. In this posture, it's very normal that the hip continues to externally rotate. So what you want to do is think about the hip looking down towards the mat. So it's internally rotating. There you go. From here, she's doing the posture with the block, but we could also do the full expression without the block. Keep looking forward so your gaze is all the way. Yeah, there you go, beautiful. And we can either stay here, but it's easier to balance if you bring the hands to the side. So if you bring the hands to the sides, you can bring that foot higher. Bring the foot higher and the chest lower. 3, 2, and all the way down. Release the posture. Alrighty, back to center, parallel feet. And for the last part of the practice, we're just gonna go ahead and do those 3 warriors, but now to the right side. So from here, you just wanna keep the pelvis centered, the core engaged, lifting the toes. You're just gonna pivot that right foot out, but the body is still centered. Beautiful. Keeping the core engaged, bend the knee until it's on top of your heel. Inhale and bring the arms up in a line. They are at the height of your shoulders and the shoulders are relaxed. The fingers are active, everything else is really, really active. From here, your gaze is gonna go to the middle finger of your right hand. Keep the glutes engaged, the core engaged, the breath steady. Beautiful. Take 3. Remember that here, you can either stay here, or to make the pose a little bit easier, you can always bring the back toes in. In this case would be the left toes. So just bring the toes a little bit inward. If you don't have that hip flexibility, this will be just way easier to have it in a 45-degree angle instead of a 90-degree angle. And also the other thing that we can do just to have that frontal leg, in this case the right leg parallel to the floor, is using the block underneath your foot. So here I'm gonna place the block in the center so she can step on it, beautiful. Go back into the posture. Now when she sinks in, her thigh is parallel to the floor, beautiful. And breathe there for 3, 2, 1. Okay, so before we move forward, I'm just gonna take the block out, go back to Warrior II. And we're moving into Virabhadrasana I, Warrior I. What we're gonna do is we're gonna pivot from the heel, from the back heel that is the left heel. So you just bring those left toes up, bring the toes forward in a 45-degree angle, and while you do that, also the hips are gonna rotate forward. So now your hips are gonna be looking towards the top of the mat, beautiful. You keep bending that knee, the knee's right on top of that heel, and both arms are gonna come all the way up. Beautiful, it's shoulder width distance. The heart is slightly open. Remember, it's not a back bend, so it's not the back that's opening, it's actually the heart. And the head is looking up towards the hands, that they're looking each other and they're active. So also here, which she has a beautiful, beautiful posture, beautiful practice, but if you need to open the hips and you do not have that flexibility, the easiest way to bring this hip forward would be lifting your back heel. So in this case, that left heel is gonna go all the way up, beautiful. And you see how the hip naturally gravitated forward. The other thing would be to use a block. So you can use a block in between your hands and you're pressing towards the block. So you're activating those arms, but the shoulders are relaxed and they're away from the ears. Beautiful. Breathe here for 3, 2. Now bring in the block to your heart center. We're gonna move forward into Warrior III, Virabhadrasana II. You're gonna bring your chest down towards your right knee and pressing through the heels, we're gonna shift the weight all the way onto that right foot. Now with this, we're gonna slightly try to start bringing that back leg up. This would be our left foot. Beautiful. And once you start finding balance, you could stay here or you can extend the arms all the way up. So an arm extension, beautiful. You want to try and keep your heart and your hips parallel to the floor. So again, if you have this external rotation and the hip is pointing up, you want to make sure you internally rotate so that the hip is looking down. There you go. So now she's parallel to the floor. Her chest is parallel to the floor. She keeps pressing. She's using the block to activate her arms. If I take it away, she still has that beautiful posture. Look forward and smile. And you can either stay here or we can open the hands to the sides. It's going to give us more balance in the upper body, so it's easier maybe to manage. So breathe here for 3, 2, and bringing the hands to your heart center in prayer, the foot comes down and we're all the way back in the top of our mats. So that was our practice for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was helpful for you. We're just going to do a quick to close the class. If you want to join us, you're more than welcome to. So hands to center, inhale. Thanks everybody for watching. I hope this was helpful and I hope you had a beautiful practice. Thank you to my teachers. I cannot wait to hear the feedback that you guys have for me. And I just wish to keep learning and keep growing. And you can definitely stay tuned because there's some more videos coming up. I do have more teaching practices to be filming and uploading. So thank you for being part of this beautiful community. If you are in Puerto Rico, make sure to check out my website, confetiyoga.com with 1 F and 1 T. I'm just gonna leave it down on the description box so you can see the workshops that are coming up. And hopefully I'll see you on the mat one day soon. Bye.